Is he out in his truck, you said?
I pulled up and his truck was running, and I went over there and turned the flashlight on my phone.
He's in the truck.
Yes.
Is he conscious, or can you tell?
I don't know.
You can't tell.
He's laid over.
He's laid over. Okay, did you see it happen, or did you just come up on it?
No. I just got home.
Okay.
We've been arguing today. We've been arguing. He called me a couple of times before. And then when I got home, his truck was running. I went in my house. He wasn't in there, so I came back out here and I shined the flashlight on my phone in there. And I seen this.
Okay. That's fine.
We just started arguing because I went back on night shift 2 weeks ago.
Has he ever done anything like this before?
His girlfriend called and said Mike had shot himself and it was suicide, and when I lost him it just seemed like I'm still looking for answers. I just know that there's something out there that needs to be told, and something else happened than what was told to me.
Right.
We grew up in Vincennes, Indiana, and we lived out in the country. And my dad was a factory worker over in Vincennes. Very reliable, we grew up picking watermelons in Decker, Indiana, shuffling, or not shuffling, but detasseling corn, picking tomatoes off the vines, and cucumbers. The watermelons for like $1.10 an hour for the Elements there, big farmers in Decker. Had a strong work. Well, all of us did. My dad, factory worker. If you wanted something, you had to get out and earn it. Nobody's going to give you anything. And Mike led by an example with that. And so then he got over here at Crane. He got to go work at Crane over here and did that until he retired. He retired back in like early 2012 or something. When I got the call here about 12 minutes after 4 a.m. on the 31st of December 2015, right here I lived in this house, his girlfriend called and said Mike had shot himself and it was suicide. And so I gathered my stuff and got over there, and in Odin, Indiana, which is about 26 miles from here. And it was cold. It was a cold morning, 30 degrees. Some slick, icy patches I know of, because I was hitting some of those coming through there, because it's all rural back here in the back. And so when I got there, I saw the ambulance lights and everything, and as soon as I showed up there, I was met with a off-duty paramedic, and he handed me a card and says, hey, when the law enforcement, they're done with this vehicle, you need to get it over to a hazmat team and have it totally sanitized and cleaned out. And I got to look and I said, wait a minute, it just seemed like that's kind of quick to me. And then next thing, they wanted me to get in the back of the ambulance and interview me, and they had his girlfriend in there at the time. They interviewed her, and supposedly she came home at 4 o'clock in the morning and found my brother deceased in the truck, called 911, and that's when everything. The truck was never processed by any forensic team. No state police, no detectives. 3 town marshals that were in Odin that lived less than a mile away from the scene did not show. No medical aid given to my brother at the time. They just assumed he was dead, and because when you look at the scene, it's too clean. The scene is too clean.
Yeah, if he was in the truck.
There's no blood spatter.
Really?
No blood spatter. Broken cell phone. His eyeglasses were actually twisted. That's a sign of a struggle. Laying on the dash, they first said that the bullet exited his head. Then they first said it didn't. It stopped. And then he says there wouldn't be no blood spatter on the inside if that was the case. And I said, well, you know what the garden hose theory is? They said no. I said, it's like taking a bottle and a high pressure hose, hitting it, you have blowback. And he goes, oh, no, you're going to walk up to the truck. Guess what I see on the outside of the windshield?
What?
A piece of skin and hair sample tissue. Yeah. On the outside, not on the inside. The outside.
So he was killed.
He had to have been on the outside.
Yeah, he's on the outside.
And I believe and I've had someone even tell me that they heard that he was murdered on the front. He was beaten to death on the front porch and placed in the truck.
Skin and hair sample on the front windshield was caused by the EMS removing his body from the inside. Now, why were how would they get it on the front of the windshield?
Exactly. Well, here's another thing.
Here's
another thing. I have a photo with that skin tissue and him still sitting in that truck. So that blew their face. Well, hey, here's another thing. When we went and turned that skin sample over on the 16th of August of 2016, they said they sent it to Indy, right? Then I get a call back a few weeks later. It says the state police department or the state lab wouldn't take it because you're the one that got it, and
Third party.
Third party, and even though law enforcement had, he says we would have tested it. Why didn't you hand it over to law enforcement? I did. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I did. And they said they were going to send it up. The pictures of the death scene, it's a clean hat. And then when they do the autopsy, they made sure they set it out there. It's got blood on it.
Clean, dirty. Clean, dirty.
I got in the car.
Wow. Now, you tell me that's not staged. Look at his face.
It's the same exact spot, too, because you can see
you can see the side
of the
and the tears.
Look at his face.
This man comes running up to the window.
Yeah, because right here you can see this hole where it's worn.
Yeah.
Right here, that hole is covered in blood.
And then when I asked about that, they said, "Oh, that was in the body bag." I said, "Well, I don't believe that because how come it's not smashed? You guys staged that. You leave everything. Why didn't you take a picture of it inside the body bag? And then also, why just a hat? How come you don't have his shoes, boots, and everything?" Okay, look at that.
Now, is there anything else that you would like to add to?
Well, I always thought it was protocol. If there was something involving a handgun,
your situation
to suicide, them two deputies show up and they interview her. We go, well, we have no reason to suspect foul play, but David is one's protocol. If there was a state cop there that night, we wouldn't be going through all this.
Yeah.
We would have had answers, and somebody would be in prison right now.
Right.
More than one person involved.
You do think there's more than one person?
It's a
Yes.
It's a cover-up.
Yeah.
There's no finger in the trigger guard. His whole hand, including his trigger finger, is tight around the grip.
Really?
So how would you shoot yourself?
Yeah.
Come down here, take your finger out of the trigger guard, and wrap the whole hand around the handle.
They do any
gunpowder test.
residue?
It says on the autopsy there's no gunpowder residue. Hey, can I tell you something else? In the autopsy, when I brought it to the pathologist, my brother had a testicular cancer at an early age and had one of his removed.
Right.
However, on the autopsy report, it said that he had two healthy, and that was already a red flag. Wait a minute. There's no way. So anyway, the story of suicide, I don't believe. And you start comparing reports, the police reports don't jive, the coroner's report doesn't jive,
if it doesn't add up,
it doesn't add up. Exactly. I've had 7 restraining orders put on me.
Oh, wow.
And the reason is because I'm over there in Odin asking questions, making a lot of people nervous. Some of the questions I've gone over there and asked, even the ex-coroner, I'm not going to mention her name, of course, who was on the scene that night, put a restraining order on me. Because I'm asking questions. They got me in Daviess County labeled as the crazy half-wit brother who will not go away. They're actually, when I go to Odin, Indiana now, I get followed around. And I'm not there in 5 minutes, all of a sudden, they're on me, because they noticed my black truck out there. And I've never hurt, threatened anybody, basically merely asking questions. So like I said, I did my homework. It took me...
You said you've been doing this for 6 years
now?
Yes,
Exactly. Like I said, when I lost him, it just seemed like I'm still looking for answers. I just know that there's something out there that needs to be told, and something else happened than what was told to me.
Right. And know what the reports are saying.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
We are trying to contact Mike Compton. Mike, are you here with us? We're here visiting your brothers. Robin has told us a lot about what happened, and we were wanting you to share your side of the story if you can. We have your glasses on the table, if you can see them. Right beside it is a little thing that has a red light on it, and if you put your hand close to it, it will change the colors on it to let us know that you are here. There's also this black device at the end of the table that will light up and change colors to let us know that you're here as well. We're pretty sure we have seen your activity in a video, several videos. We also believe that we heard you earlier this evening. And we're just here to tell your story and to help set your family's mind at ease. So if you would please communicate with us, we would greatly appreciate it.
That indicates that there's a temperature change of some sort. So does that mean you're getting closer to it by chance? If you reach out and touch that antenna, you'll be able to see a lot of pretty colors.
And that will help us know that you are here. Okay. Mike, we know that you were in the military, and we've seen your truck that your brother has kept safe for you. We've heard that there are some questions as to what happened to you whenever you passed away. I know we are all strangers to you, but we have been here all evening talking to your brother Robin, and we just would like to get some answers for him. It's a Harley Davidson clock. And it...
What time does it think it is?
Well, it probably does that right on the hour.
Well,
It's
it's
2:18.
Interesting. Well, that
That
clock...
clock's stuck at 5:33.
Yeah, this stuff.
I saw that.
But it's 2:18, so usually if they go off on the hour.
Is there something blinking over there?
My phone's lit up because I touched the screen.
No.
Just in
There's
the bottom.
also little bitty candle, like electrical candle lights. That I see one over here, there might be one over there.
There's also the red light off of the power cord.
Maybe that's... This is like a constant... Well, now it stopped. What the heck? This was like something was... And now it stopped.
What did you see it in?
It was flashing on the TV and the TV stand. It was flashing. And now it's stopped.
Maybe the Harley clock has some sort of noise.
Oh yeah, it made the noise when you get lights up.
I don't see anything that's...
It's super loud.
Yeah. Can you hear us? If you can you please say yes?
Hello.
Hello? Mike, do you know where we're at? If you know where we're at, can you tell us, please? A moment ago, I asked if you were alone, and I think you were trying to respond. Were you alone when you passed away?
Sounded like I wasn't.
Was someone with you when you passed away? Mike, do you know how you died?
Just so y'all are aware, this is not the radio. The antenna comes off, so it cannot be the radio.
Mike, did you take your own life?
Didn't? Is that you? I didn't. That's what I heard too. Didn't.
Mike, did someone hurt you before you died? I didn't understand you. Could you repeat that?
Mike,
Go ahead. Sorry.
were you beat before your time of death? You heard that, right? Okay. And that was a male's voice. Was it more than one person that attacked you? Do you know who did this to you? Can you write that up for us again, Mike, please? Or whoever is with us? That was a very strong spike. If you get close to that black box on that table, it'll light up.
Just like it did.
Just like it did.
And we can communicate with you that way if that's easier for you.
I know this is probably all new to you. You probably have no clue what's going on. Your family is just very
confused and
confused. Yep, concerned. They just want some answers.
Are you changing the temperature in here? Mike, your brother Robin has been seeing some things on his video camera outside. Is that you out there by your truck? Have you been going back and forth between your truck and another place? If so, where have you been going? Mike, can you tell us what your girlfriend's name was? I didn't quite understand you. Could you say that again louder for us, please? Thank you.
Did she have anything to do with your passing, Mike?
Mike, did someone shoot you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sound like Bobby or Robbie.
Robbie is what I heard too.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The obby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it a man that shot you?
Gosh, that was like
Wednesday.
again.
You keep saying the name of someone who possibly shot you. Did you know this person?
Work? Can you hear work? Alright, Mike, I think we're gonna move downstairs. A little quieter and closer to your truck. Might be a little easier for you to communicate with us. Please follow us down there so we can talk to you a little more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll set this back up here. It's off though. Mike, are you here with us? We said we were going to come out to your truck. Is this your truck? Mike, we came to talk to you. Sorry, Mike, did you die in your truck? Mike? We went outside, but it was a little too cold for us. Is that hello? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. You're gonna have to stop the sweeping before you do.
So Mike, we went outside by your truck. Unfortunately, it was just too cold for us. So we've come back inside to speak with you. Mike, we're going to try a different way to communicate with you. But I'm going to leave this going so we can still hear you through there too. Okay. Mike, do you know who killed you? Did you die beside something?
Yard.
Hmm?
That's the second time I've heard the word yard.
Yard?
Were you in a yard when you died? Whose yard were you in? Mike, was your death an accident?
Is that you, Mike? Can you make that light up again if that was you?
Hey Mike, who took the credit cards out of your wallet?
Mike, did you take your own life?
Was your girlfriend with you the night you died? Did you hear that? I didn't quite understand that. Could you repeat your answer to the last question? Was your girlfriend with you the night you died?
Mike, is there anything you would like to say to your family, to your brothers?
We all heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure I can speak for them and say that they feel the same.
That's why they want to know the truth so bad.
Is there anything that you would like for us to tell Robin?
Alright, Mike, I think we're going to give you a little break. I think we're going to take ourselves a break for a minute, for a little bit. And, Yeah.
Thank you very much for communicating with us.
Yes, thank you very much.
We really hope that we can get some answers for your family as to what happened to you.
While we're here, I mean, feel free to talk to one of us. Let us know that you're here.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate your time.
The voicemail with his girlfriend, and Mike used to leave me the same voicemails.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell when you listen to that on another tape that I've got, that when someone